Hey, y'all, real quick, as y'all notice, it's getting colder outside, and just wanted to give y'all a heads up to winterize y'all truck. There's a couple of things you should be able to know, which I've been zeroing in on as a truck owner or as a truck driver. You working for somebody, you should be taking care of that stuff. And there's some things above and beyond the pre-trip you should know. One thing for the wintertime, your fluids get cold, they freeze and expand and crack a lot of things. So you want to do a pressure check on your coolant system. You also want to get a refractometer, a hydrometer, or some test strips to check for aeration, corrosion, and cavitation. Last time I had to rebuild my engine, it was due to a hose being busted behind the frame rail where I couldn't see the leak, and it only leaked when it was driving, not when it was parked. So when you come to it, you can't see a puddle in the morning. A pressure test kit, you get one for $150, or you can pay somebody to do it. It'll expose any leaks that you have in your system. Also, you should carry extra hoses and clamps. Coolant, depending on the manufacturer, is recommended to be changed every 24 months, but it's good practice to change it every season once the wintertime comes. Also, engine. Your engine oil, if you're using Lucas, according to the manufacturer, you should be using 20%. Most trucks take 10 gallons. So you put 2 bottles in there and only put 8 gallons of oil, which is good. But the thing with Lucas is it's thick. And as oil gets cold, it becomes thicker and it's harder to start. So you're overworking your engine. Use less Lucas. Most people use 1 bottle and put 9 gallons in there. That's fine. But if you are running in extreme weather, if you're in the Midwest, the Colorados, or the Northwest, the Washingtons, the Wyomings, excuse me, not the Wyomings, Salt Lake Cities, the Portland, Oregons, you want to use less Lucas so your oil is not as thick in the morning when you're coming in. Also, you want to find a way to keep your engine block cooler. You see a lot of these older truckers with these big long noses. They got leather straps covering their grill, keep some of that cool weather from coming in there. Or some people use cardboard and just zip tie it. That's effective. What you don't want to do is forget that it's on there. And then the weather changes. Like sometimes it's cold at night and then you come in the morning and it's a little bit warmer. While you running hard like that, going through the mountains and all of that stuff, your engine is gonna get hot and overheat because you're trapping all that heat in there. So you want it to be able to breathe. So just keep tabs on that. Don't forget you got it on there, and don't go overboard and then blow your engine trying to save your engine. Also, batteries, depending on the manufacturer, they have a lifespan of about 3 years. Everybody has their different opinions. But you want to run a state of charge on your batteries. If you look at your batteries, they have numbers on there, and you'll have your cold cranking apps. Well, when it gets cold, your batteries have less power at night and for starting. So you're going to want to test all your batteries. Make sure they're all good. If you got one in there, swap it out or do some type of slow charge so you can bring it back to life, or just swap them out. You also going to want to clean them off. Take the battery post off, spray them down, get you some baking soda. Some people use Coca-Cola. Get you a copper scrub brush and get all that corrosion off there so you can have a clear connection so you're not fighting current. Also, you're going to want to check your air dryers. Your air dryers keep water and oil out of your air system, and this stuff, as you know, corrodes. You want to change the air dryer. It's good to do that every year, or you can look up your manufacturer's specifications on times to change them. Also, just a tip on that, I like to, some people don't do it, and I just learned about this not too long ago, so I put it into practice. I like to take PB Blaster or DW40, and the same technique people do when they take alcohol and put it in their airlines and shoot it through to get rid of the frost. I pour or scrape WD-40 or PB blaster into my air lines and shoot it through the system so it can lubricate all your valves and everything in there. Also, Mr. Lee just taught me this the other day. You can spray it in your air compressor. If you disconnect it, the air line shoots everything, the trailer back. But if you disconnect your air compressor and spray it in the lines, you're going to want to spray a lot of it in there. It'll shoot through the whole trucking system and lubricate your internal parts in there to stop you from having failures. Also, your washer fluid. You're going to want to switch. There's there's more than 2 different types, but you have your regular washer fluid, and then you have your kind that's specific for the winter and has more de-icer in there. You're going to want to put a winterized washer fluid in your system. You're going to want to check your tires. It's a good idea to get fresh tires on there if you can afford it, or if you don't need to and you're not going in the real harsh weather. At a minimum, you need to carry you a air line that you can uncoil and hook up to your air system in your truck and air your tires up. In the wintertime, you'll notice when the temperature drops, the pressure in your tires drop. And then you come in the morning and it's warm and you got more pressure. Well, losing 10 psi due to weather can put you out of service. 80 psi is a legal flat, according to DOT. So it's always good to keep you a airline so you can air your own tires up. And don't leave them to mechanics. Or if you do, check behind them to make sure you got the right PSI. I got a lot of stories about taking trucks to truck stops and having them run what Loves calls it a tire pass, and them leaving valves loose, stuff like that. And you wonder why your tire's flat because somebody made a human error, which is a real mistake, not that they did it on purpose. Also, you want to keep an eye on your fuel system, your fuel filters and your fuel water separators. If you're taking care of your truck, then you're getting PMs frequently, so they're changing that stuff out. But you do want to keep your additive, like an anti-gel. If it's getting freezing, you're going to want to put that in there on a full tank. It's good practice to put some in there every time you fill out, especially when it's wintertime and you're going through harsh weather. And depending on the type of truck you're looking at, you'll notice a lot of the older guys have leather covers on their tanks. That kind of keeps the fuel a little bit warm. And don't go real low on fuel. You want to keep it at least above a quarter tank, because the less fluid you have, excuse me, I got this hose. The less fluid you have, the easier it is to freeze. Or if you're running your truck all night, you shouldn't have that problem, but you don't want to waste fuel unnecessarily. And talked about batteries earlier. You want to get you a jumper box. It's going to cost you about $1,000 to get you a real good one. You should have some real thick gauge jumper cables, but a jumper box will start you from 30% power. It's going to cost you around $1,000, but let me see. Last time I had a jump, I was on the side of the road, left my lights on. It cost me $350 for a road car. I was in New York State, and you have to have a permit to work on the side of the road. So the truck stop couldn't come and jump me, and the regular truck couldn't. So I had to call a road service. So if you do the math, by the time you use it 3 times, it'll pay for itself. And what else? Get you a sleeping bag. They come in little bundles. You can get them 10 below weather. If you break down in the winter and you're somewhere and it's real cold at night and your truck won't start, that sleeping bag will come in the clutch. I can tell you from personal experience going to buy trucks out in Indianapolis. And the truck cut off on my way home. Brand new truck. Well, not brand new. It was 2 years old. It had like 225,000 miles on it. Now, this is a new truck to me, so it wasn't stock. No blankets or anything. Truck cut off. Wouldn't start. Had to wait till the morning for a roll call and a tow. And I freezed. All night I froze. I didn't have no blankets or nothing. It's always a good practice to keep you a sleeping bag, because even if you got a cover or two, when it get real cold, that cover don't do nothing if you don't have no power, because the truck won't start. So it's wintertime. Take care of your truck, and your truck will take care of you. And I'm going to keep zeroing in on this maintenance stuff as I'm learning it and as I'm working with my hands so I can build the skills, because there are things as a truck owner you need to know above and beyond the pre-trip, and you can't learn that stuff from reading a book. YouTube is helpful, reading is helpful, but the real way to actually know something and not just learn it is to get hands-on, get dirty, and to do it yourself. And also, there's sometimes where you can't find somebody, or they're not available, or you're away from home, or as times in trucking is getting worse, sometimes you just don't have the money or don't want to dish it out. And as the old saying goes, a dollar saved is a dollar made. So take this stuff in heed, and stay safe out there. Until next time, peace.